may like to look at this later on, it will be a good idea to record, and I think we can start the recording now. Till the time we do that, let me ask you some questions. So if you can just, that will help me to give the relevant information, this will help me to take relevant examples. So I don't see it is getting recorded. I don't see that it's getting recorded right now. Yeah. So thanks for participating, and let me ask you one question. And how many of you have undergone a formal training in quality? Just say yes. Okay. So many of you have undergone some formal training. So I will take you to a little bit higher end tools. Yeah. So basic tools I'll be talking about: histogram, cause and effects, Pareto, control charts, basics of data analytics. But apart from that, I will also take you to a little bit of high end statistics. Like if possible. I'm not sure how much time I'll be having, but in case if it's possible, I'll talk about some high-end tools. FME my team has already given, so you can always have a look at that at a later stage. Okay, great. So great to have all of you, and thanks for joining the training. Okay, now let me start session. So I'll introduce myself and the organization. Then after that, I'll talk about DMAC. DMAC. See, what is Six Sigma? If someone asked me, it is a project approach towards process improvement. Now, what is the basic definition of a project? The basic definition of a project is it has a starting point, it is an end point. So whatever you want to improve in an organization, you try to convert this into an improvement opportunity, improvement project. And projects are always done in teams. Projects are done in phases. So there are 5 phases in Six Sigma project: define, measure, analyze, improve, control. I'll show you 1 or 2 case studies also. In fact, we will do a project. As we learn the tools and techniques, we'll try to do projects. We will apply whatever we are learning. We'll apply it to a real project. Real project in the sense, I did this project around 11, 12 years ago. But I will just show you now. We'll imagine that we are doing this project once again. So we'll do that. If time permits, I will show some applications in the industry and also some lean applications in one of those industries. So introducing yourself to Anexas, and also a formal welcome to everyone.
Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you.
Okay, so we have been around for 17 years now. We are going to celebrate our 18th birthday on 28th July. You are most welcome to join our Foundation Day program. You are also eligible to apply for Lean Six Sigma awards, then Global Process Excellence Awards, and your organization can also apply for these awards. And please, if you want to really apply for these awards, ask my team. My team will send you some email IDs and you can ask for the general information. So this is for everyone. Please do apply for those awards. You can present, you can just submit some project or some work you have done, and you will get you stand to win an award, which will be presented on our foundation day. So we have trained more than 150,000 people. In fact, it's now nearing more than 200,000 people, to be very precise. With this old slide. And personally, I was a chemical engineer. I did my MBA finance. I was not working. I was really working hard, but I was not getting a lot of money, right? So I did some certifications, acquired some certifications. One fine day I came, but let me tell you the whole story of how did I acquire the first certificate. So one fine day, the company told me that they are choosing the top 10 performing individuals in the organization. They're sending them for some Six Sigma training. So I thought I was one of the top 10 performers, but company did not think so. So I was not nominated for the training. But one good thing I found was that the people who got the training, and in fact, after attending the training, they did some improvement projects. These improvement projects added a lot of value to the organization. It saved a lot of money, and they made a huge difference to the organization, and especially to the strategic business objectives of the organization. So I thought, I thought that next batch I'll definitely would like to attend the training. Next batch I was waiting, but next batch never happened. So I spent my own money. Those days I'm talking around around year 2000. It has been 23 years. It was very difficult to get any organization which was conducting Six Sigma. So I had to travel in various countries. I spent a lot of money. And not only I acquired a Lean Six Sigma certification, but I also acquired PMP certifications. I acquired CPHQ certifications. And I also acquired AI and data scientists certification. And now, as I said before you, I have got 33 years of experience, and I've got lots of clients where I've personally, and my team has implemented many projects, thousands of projects. Means we have lost the count. We have guided many improvement projects, and I've shared my experiences in the books as well. The best-selling book on Amazon, The Anexas Story, and I've appeared for TV shows also. All of you can achieve much more than this because the opportunities are, I think, 20 times more than what they were earlier. And you'll be learning today not only from me or from my experience, but also from the experiences of my students. I have been conducting training programs for the last 25 years. So my students keep teaching me as well. They keep telling me what's happening in the industry. So you'll be learning from them as well. Some of the proof that I have conducted training programs worldwide. With pride, every time I say that I conducted the first ever Lean Six Sigma training program anywhere in Middle East. I was the person who conducted that. That was in 2007 and 8. 7, 8, yeah. And Novartis and Musk and so many companies, they are Saudi Aramco, SABIC, ADNOC, Alphatem Group, DP World, Ferrari World, Warner Brothers, Steel Authority of India Limited, Bharat Petroleum, lots of companies, NARCL, International Medical Center, King Fahd Medical City, Ministry of Health, different forums. So we have got awards.
I'm Shekhar Suman, and I wish to congratulate all the Six Sigma certified black belt from Anexas.
So we have got, so I have got good credentials.
On 21st of May 2019,
American Society of Quality, multiple projects in Indian Railways, Saudi Railways, American Railways, and written Times of India, Gulf News, Dainik Bhaskar, lots of articles. Deputy Health Minister of Thailand, Thailand also, Prime Minister of Thailand, plus Deputy Health Minister of Saudi Arabia.
Dr. Tarif Alama
And,
with us,
also Health Minister Dr. Abdul Ali.
Saudi Arabia.
They have all attended our
So,
program.
like you
Whole
say,
Ministry
we
of
were
Health, the
about
senior most ministers, they have attended.
we had a very
And yeah, so that was our brief introduction. Now let me talk about what are the benefits of Lean and Six Sigma. See, can you tell me what are the similarities? Can you tell me what are the similarities here? A manufacturing company improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients from 3 hours to 15 minutes. 64% reduction in recruitment time in a multinational company. So what are the things? What are the similarities? And most of you are right. You are right. They are all talking about improvement. And one more thing, one common thing is they have all implemented Lean and Six Sigma. And they were all examples of Lean and Six Sigma improvement project. As I told you, a definition of a project is it has a starting point, it is an end point, it is dead after some time. Yeah, it is dead after some time. That's a project. And improvement project or Six Sigma project is a project which results in improvement, improving any process. So this has happened multiple times, and we have seen it happen multiple times in many companies. So Lean and Six Sigma will reduce your cost, reduce the defects, reduce the waste, reduce the rework, reduce the cycle times. And also it will improve the quality, production efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, profitability, resilience. And all of them is something what every company wants. Lean Six Sigma, green belt or black belt can achieve all of these things. All of these things are liked by the CEOs. So CEO like those green belts and black belts who can substantially improve, tangible way. It can be proven. It is one thing to talk about you should improve your process, you should improve your services. That is one thing. And doing a DMAC project, you can prove it. With the help of documentation. How did you do that? Let us see. Let us learn about it. It all started in long time ago in Motorola. So let me tell you the story of Motorola, how it got started. Yeah, it started in Motorola.
Choosing improvement opportunities and converting these improvement opportunities into projects. It all started in Motorola when Bob Galvin, the CEO, took a challenge saying that I would like to improve everything by 5 times in the organization. And he was told about some statistical tools and techniques which Bill Smith and Michael Harry were using to improve the processes. Bob Galvin was so much impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing, he told them to develop a methodology which, if applied to the organizational processes, can improve the processes. So he was particularly impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing. They were choosing improvement projects. Now, what is the definition? As I told you, definition of a project is it has a starting point, it has an end point, it doesn't exist after some time. So Bill Smith and Michael Harry would translate the improvement opportunities in the organization to projects, and applying tools and techniques of statistics, they would find the root causes of the problem, and then after solving the root causes of the problem would impact the organizational bottom line. Both of them developed Six Sigma DMAC methodology. They started training the green belts and black belts. Green belts and black belts were the people who could fight all the quality related problems in the organizations. Six Sigma brought in a lot of benefits for Motorola, and it also won Malcolm Baldrige Award in 1988. Jack Welch of GE was so much impressed with this methodology that he told his employees that you would not be promoted if you are not a green belt. So everyone wanted to be a green belt, everyone started doing projects. Then GE started telling their vendors and suppliers that if you want to have business from GE, you need to implement Six Sigma. So vendors also started asking what is Six Sigma, and GE would say that we will send our master black belts and train you in this methodology. So in this manner, Lean Six Sigma spread out around the world, and today almost 80% of the Fortune 100 companies and many, many more companies around the world have implemented Six Sigma and Lean. Lean started in Toyota.
So, well, I don't have time to tell you the story of Toyota. I have made one separate video for that, and it is available on our YouTube channel. And you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, Anexas YouTube channel. Its name is Anexas. And I will provide you the link which talks about the uh, uh, you know, of flow management, workflow management in Lean Six Sigma, Lean, especially Lean management. I'll send you those links later on through email, so don't worry about it. And yes, so that was a
Hi.
story of Six Sigma. Now, what is Lean Six Sigma? If someone asks me in 3 sentences, can you tell me what is Lean and what is Six Sigma? So I'll tell you. But before I tell you in 3 sentences each, what is Lean and what is Six Sigma, let me describe some jargons. You'll always use. If you have done project management training before, you must have learned about, Kanban board. In Agile, you are using Kanban board. If you are undergoing a training, many of you are undergoing the training, you'll soon learn about these. You learn about a lot of Lean concepts like non-value added activities, value added activities, how to reduce the cycle time. So let me explain to you. In the Lean, what happens? You first map the process, go to the work field, go to the place of action. We call it as Gemba. Gemba means go to the place of action and see how the things are taking place, how the work is taking place. And once you see the work, you have to map the process as is, not the way what you think it is or what the way it should be happening, the way ideal way. No, how the things are taking place. You have to map the process, and you will always find there would be some wastes, the process wastes. Typically, these wastes are waiting times, transportation, moving things from one place to another place, over processing, doing more than what the customer wants, inventory, rework, rejections, underutilized resources. They are known as 7 wastes. And one more, if you want, waste of talent. So these are the 7 or 8 wastes. Identify those 7 or 8 wastes, cut down on them as much as possible, and then reduce the cycle times. That is known as concept of Lean. So very simple process. Sorry, very simple definition. The very simple definition is that map the process as it is by going Gemba. Gemba means go to the field, place of action, and identify the wasteful steps and try to eliminate or reduce them as much as possible so that you are able to reduce the cycle times. There are other advanced concepts which we learn. So that they are like a concept of a flow. If you want to understand the concept of flow, again, I have a video. I'll be sending you that link. Today in Yellow Belt, it will be more like basic tools and techniques. I'll not be going into too much of in-depth tools. Obviously, to attend to learn all these tools, it takes a lot of time. Typically 3 days green belt and 3 days black belt training you have to undergo, and then 3-4 days of master black belt training. Then only you become like the certified professional who can fight any quality problem in any industry, what Bill Smith and Michael Harry had visualized. So that was about Lean, basic things about Lean. And I'm going to start from ground zero. I'm assuming that none of you know much about quality. Some of you are aware. So for you, I will teach you towards the last half an hour. I'll be taking a little bit of advanced concepts. I'll be teaching you some high-end tools also. But for first 1.5 hours, I'll be, touching upon some of the very, very essential basic quality tools and techniques. That is Lean. Now, what is Six Sigma? So understand Six Sigma. Let me take some example. Let's say you are manufacturing, say, chocolates, and the weight of the chocolate should be 100 plus minus 3 grams. We call it a specification limit. Or let me explain, I think I'll use a whiteboard. It will be a good idea if I use a whiteboard. And also one more thing, some of you are asking questions. I would request you to just wait. Let me complete the session, and after I have completed the session. After that, you can ask your questions. So I'll be happy to, I'll stay on for last 15-20 minutes just to answer your questions. So I can answer your questions at one go towards the end, if that is fine with you. Because I have to teach you a lot of tools and techniques in a very short time. And it's very difficult to, keep looking at the questions in between, because some of the questions will be answered during the sessions. So just wait for a while, allow me to complete the session. And once the session is completed, then after that, of course, I'm there to answer your questions. Okay. So let me, so to understand Six Sigma, we need to understand some basic tools, basic concepts. Yeah, so what are the basic concepts? So let's take an example. I will just take some simple example. Let's assume that you are manufacturing chocolates. Okay, and the weight of the chocolate should be 100 grams. Every piece should weigh 100 grams. It's a large chocolate, right? Big one. And there is a tolerance. Always you'll have tolerances. If you've attended our other quality programs like PM project management or CPHQ, you always have tolerance. The customer will tell you some tolerances. He'll give you some tolerance. Tolerance means the customer can tolerate to go up to, I would say, 97 grams to 103 grams. And we call this as specification limits. We call this as specification limits. So this I will call it as lower specification limit. This I will call it as upper specification limit. LSL and USL. Like, let me represent it using a red line. Customer can't, this is red line. This is the boundaries of your key result areas. Okay. 97 to 103 grams. Okay. This I can also call it as voice of process. What I can call this as a voice of process. Oh, sorry, voice of customer. We can call it a voice of customer. Customer is telling you, please give me within 97 grams to 103 grams. Now, this is true with whatever we do. If you are working in a hospital, there would be limits. In fact, in healthcare, your blood pressure should be within these two limits. It's lower specification limit, upper specification limits, right? Your infection rate should be lower than 2%. Yeah, specification limits. In a project, your procurement time should be less than 60 days. Or you should complete this a particular activity in a project within 20 days, 20 plus minus 2 days. So these are some examples of tolerances. So I hope you have understood lower specification limit and upper specification limits. Given by the customer, that is why it is known as voice of customer. Now, there is another voice which we tend to ignore. And what is that voice? That's the voice of process. You have a process which is delivering this output, isn't it? You have a process which delivers an output. Well, the process has also a voice. It says, I am capable. The way you have trained the people, the way you have made policies, procedures, the way you have trained the staff, the way you maintain your equipment, the machineries, the kind of softwares you have got. Well, I will behave in a particular way, and that can behave in different ways. Let me tell, there could be one possibility that it is your chocolates are being made. When I look at the chocolates, the way they are being manufactured, if I draw the histogram, of your chocolates manufactured. Okay, most of your chocolates are at 100 grams. But sometimes you go up to 106 grams, and sometimes you go up to let's say 94 grams. This is voice of your process still. Now, this is true in every field, every area. If you are in a bank, you're let's say you are a department manager, your loans, outstanding loans, should be managed between 97 to $103,000. These are the specification limits set by your manager or management. But your performance might be beyond that. If you are beyond the specification limits, it's a defect. It's a error. You are let's say you are in hospital. Let's say a surgery should be performed between 97 minutes to 103. See, the numbers can change, the units can change. I'm trying to explain a concept to you. So please try to understand the concept, because Six Sigma is applicable to all industries. It is applicable to construction industries. It is applicable to healthcare. It is applicable to finance, banking, petrochemical, each and every industry. Yeah, the concepts remain the same. Every process follows this distribution, which I've just drawn. This is known as normal distribution. Okay. So when you do something repetitively, whenever you are doing something repetitively, here, I'm talking about producing a chocolate. So if I'm producing chocolate repetitively, what will happen? Most of the time, I'll produce whatever I want, but sometimes it will be deviating from what I want, deviating from the target. Higher the deviation, a bigger is a problem, isn't it? So here, we will call this probability distribution as the voice of process. The voice of process is in my hand. Voice of customer is not in my hand. Voice of customer means customer tells me, give me between 97 to 103. It is not in my hand. Customer has to decide, but voice of process is in my hand. I can change my process. I can train my people. I can change my softwares. I can change my equipment. I can change my machines. And that's what Six Sigma is all about. Six Sigma is about making the process listen to the voice of customer so that you operate within the customer specification limit. Now here, in this case, you are committing some mistakes. Whatever I have shaded in yellow is error or defects. Customers don't like it. If you go give more chocolate, your management doesn't like it. If you get less chocolate, the customer who is eating your chocolate, he doesn't like it. Yeah. So any deviation from the specification, sometimes it could be a one-sided specification also. Yeah, like waiting time. Waiting time above 30 minutes is an error. Below 30, not error. So there is no lower specification limit there, but it could be one-sided specification also. Not always you will have both-sided specifications. It could be two-sided or one-sided. But as long as you are going beyond the specification limit, you are committing a mistake. Now, the voice of process, the limits, they are known as control limits. We call it as LCL and UCL. Well, let me write in another, not the red ones. The red I'll use for the customers. Customer doesn't want to change, Let me use some other, let's say green. This is control limit, LCL and UCL. LCL and UCL. Remember that, LCL and UCL, control limits. Now tell me, ideally, my control limits should be wider than the specification limit or narrower than the specification limits? Ideally, it should be wider or narrower. It should be narrower than the specification. Everyone is telling the right answer, of course. So ideally, it should be something like, should I make it here, or maybe I'll make a new one? No problems. So beautiful process would be something like this. Beautiful process. The probability of generating a defective service or a product is very, very low. Here I am producing, let's say 20-30% of the customers are dissatisfied. And here, very, very low. In fact, it's very difficult to even shade that area. Probability 0.000034. 3 defects in 1 million. It's a Six Sigma process. We call it. I'll put some numbers there. I'll take you to. I'll raise the complexity levels slowly. I'm here to harass you today. Yeah, today I'm not going to leave you without teaching some good statistics. Yeah. So statistics forms the basis of quality. Please remember that part. Okay. So, by the way, the next decade belongs to data analytics and statistics. So if you don't know that, you are in trouble in the next 1 decade. All the AI and machine learning algorithms are based on these data analytics. Yeah. So these are the basic things today. What you are learning is very, very basic things. Yeah. So your control limits, these are your control limits. Okay. These are your controls. And these are obviously your specification limits. Yeah. Now let us go back 200 years ago. One fine, great gentleman, he found one interesting thing. Oh, before I go, let me not forget. Okay. Now I can tell you in 3 sentences what is Six Sigma. Okay. Oh, yeah. So in 3 sentences, I did tell you what is. So I'll continue with this after a while, but let us go back to our basic definition. So lean was map the process, find the waste, reduce the wasteful steps, and reduce the cycle time. And that was lean. Again, by doing a project. See, project is both ways. You will find me repeating this maybe 10 times, but that is the essence of any improvement project. Improvements are done in teams, and they are done when you take up projects. Otherwise, it's a dream. You keep on dreaming, I will improve. I was, I wanted to reduce my weight. I wanted to improve my health, but you cannot improve if you cannot measure. Okay. So first put up measures. That's very, very important. So lean also, if you are doing, it's a project, and Six Sigma also, it's a project. Why not do both? There's nothing this better or that better. Nowadays, the whole world has embraced both lean and Six Sigma. Gone are the days, oh, lean is better, Six Sigma is better. Both are great. Lean does something, Six Sigma does something. What does Six Sigma do? It reduces the errors to very, very low values. It's not that you have to reduce it to 3 defects in 1 million opportunities. It's not like that. You first measure how many defects you are making. If 30% of your customers are unhappy, you reduce it to 20%. That's a good Six Sigma project. If you're 3% of the people are getting infection in the hospital, reduce this 3% to 2%. That's an improvement project. Okay. If your construction is getting delayed 20% of the time, reduce it 20% delay to 10%. It's a Six Sigma project. Okay. So what is Six Sigma? reducing the voice of process limits or control limits within the specification limits so that the process is unable to generate any defect. But there is no probability also. There is no probability also of generating a defect. It's Six Sigma. Okay. A little difficult definition, But yeah, Six Sigma, if you achieve, to achieve very, very few errors in millions, you need to study some statistics. Without statistics, it's not possible. Yeah, it's not possible. So you have to study, right? So that was about basic definition. Now, how you are able to achieve that, you can do through creating an infrastructure in organization. Yeah. Today, maybe I'm not going to emphasize on how to roll out Six Sigma in an organization, but briefly, I will take you through that whole step also. But my emphasis is today on quality tools and techniques in the projects. So that is my today's topic, especially the data analytics parts. But briefly, I'll tell you how it is implemented. So you have yellow belts trained. Now you are a yellow belt. You'll be in a yellow belt after a few hours. Green belts, around 3 days of training. Black belts, 3 more days of training after a green belt. Yeah, it cannot be like I can jump directly to the black belt. It's not possible. So you have to green, then black, then master black belts. Master black belts are those people who are guiding green belts and black belts as they do the project. Now, what is the difference between green belt and black? See, yellow belts can't do a project. You have the knowledge. You have knowledge of tools and techniques. Today, you will have a knowledge of tools and techniques, but you have not practiced those tools. You will not be able to do projects. You will be able to apply some tools here and there and make some difference to the organization. But the real difference is done by green belts who actually act like project leaders. Black belts who act like project leaders. And they choose people from within the different departments, within the organization, from different departments. These team members, they report to the project leader here, project manager, I would say, green belt or black belt. And they work on the objective which they have written in the project chart. So I'll describe the whole process to you in a short while. So green belts they know some good number of tools and techniques. Black belt know very, very high-end statistical tools. Master black belts, they have got the capability to improve any process in any organization. Okay. Any process in any organization. So you see, as a master black belt, you can walk into any organization with confidence and say that, well, I can improve your process. Yeah. And any organization, I'm saying, it doesn't mean that, it has to be a specific domain. It has to be logistics. It has to be. We have got multiple case studies. If you are interested, I have Six Sigma projects done in construction industries. I have Six Sigma projects done, all the case studies, telecom industry, entertainment industry, theme park industry, hospitals. Some of our major work has been into healthcare, hospitals, then and whatnot. So these green belts, black belts, master black belts really make a huge change. Like every project manager is a change maker. These green belts, black belts, and master black belts, they are huge change makers and contribute very, very positively to the organizations. And most of the time, it is, it is also results in monetary benefits. Without value, no one is listening to you. Unless you save some money, no one is going to listen to you. So millions of dollars are saved through these projects. Now, how it is done? Now, let us see that. So in next 1 hour, we will do a project. Okay. I will be doing it a little bit speedily. Yeah, because I want to teach you many tools. My previous training programs and this program also, they have been recorded and they are available to you. So this program will be available to you as a recording. You can watch it as many times as you want. So I will, so as I said, if you have a question, one thing, you can watch the program again, and most of the time you will get an answer. And towards the end also, I'll be there to answer your questions. So now let us start learning. Okay. DMAC. These are the 5 phases of a project. It falls into the predictive approach in project management. It falls into predictive, like define. You have a define. First, you have to define the problem, form a team. Then you have to, measure, collect the data, your existing status. You should know the performance today, how I'm performing vis-a-vis customers' requirement. So I will know the capability of my process. Then in the analyze phase, you analyze why you are performing like that. And in the improve phase, you will generate ideas on the root causes. You validate your root causes in the analyze phase. And improvement phase, you generate some good ideas to improve the process. And in the control phase, you sustain the gains. Sustain the gains means it will help you to sustain the gains. And once you know all these things, you are confident that you can make a positive difference. Of course, you get certified as green belt and a black belt and a master black belt. You will be certified through AEC, Europe. You have got, see, we are following the generic book of knowledge of almost all the major certifying bodies in the world. Some of you may be interested in a particular certifying body. You can appear for any exam. But what the certifications which we provide, and also everything is included in our training package with the certification, with the full guarantee of passing. Because you have got any number of attempts, like 3 attempts generally, and generally people pass in 1 attempt. So this is a guaranteed. This is a guarantee. In Six Sigma, we give full guarantee, 100% guarantee of passing the examination. Mostly in first attempt, there is no fees for again and again attempting. You can attempt any number of times, and you get the certification as an individual. So as an individual, you get certified. Then you are capable of improving any quality related issues in any organization, and you are ready to make a difference. Let's say you want a simple example or a anyway, I'm going to give you one corporate example for sure. But do you want a very simple example, day-to-day life example to explain DMAG? Yes or no, just let me know. If yes, I will do it. Otherwise, I'll directly jump to the corporate example. Directly. So just tell me, corporate example, day-to-day life example. Okay, I think let's jump to corporate examples. Many of the, there's a mixed. Okay, day-to-day, very quickly, very quickly, because a lot of people are telling corporate, mixed. Let's say I wanted to reduce my weight, or say I want to improve my health. So when I want to improve my health, it is a vague goal. It's a goal. Goal don't have, objectives, measurable, smart objectives. So one of the objectives, strategic objective for me would be reduce my weight. The define phase, what I will do, I will make a problem statement. I'll write a problem statement. I am 90 kg and my goal statement is I want to reduce you to 80 kg. In fact, I did this project. I did this real project I'm talking about. And I'll form a team, my family member, my doctor, my gym trainer, etc. They are my team. I write a project chart. In the measure phase, I start measuring. I start measuring. My weight is 91 kg, 90 kg, 90.5 kg, 91, 2 kg, 91. It will also follow a normal, some distribution. I make a histogram. Most of the time I'm 90, but I go up to 91, I go up to 89. These are my control limits, LCL and UCL, voice of my process. And then I have a voice of my doctor, who's my customer or my family. It's saying, oh, you should be within 75 to 80 kg. Oh dear, I'm at 100% defect. And what I need to do is, I need to bring my process somewhere here, isn't it? I want to bring my process somewhere here. So in the measure phase, I just know where am I? Where am I? I just collect the data. This is my performance. In the analyze phase, I know why I'm like that. I make a cause and effect diagram. Okay. Oh, there are so many, we call it X factors. X factors means which are the influencing factors which are problems, which are responsible for my problem. My high weight is due to so many things. Eating too much of food, eating junk food, not sleeping well, not exercising, whatever things. But I may come out with 100 causes. These are possible causes, but I have to do a Pareto analysis. Pareto, 80-20. Mr. Vilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist who found that 80% of the wealth in Italy was with 20% of the people. And he called this as 80-20 rule. And this is true in the whole world, in your process also. So 80% of my the weight problem is not due to all the 100 things I have listed. Only 20% of that. So if I have listed 20 causes, let us say, which is responsible for my increased weight, only 20% of 20 becomes 4. Only 4 causes are responsible. I will identify those 4 causes. Okay. And I'll attack those 4 causes. I'll attack those 4 causes. Yeah. So once again, in the define phase, I made a project charter with the help of the team with a set goal. I collected the data. I presented the data in the form of histogram, graphs and charts. And then I also made a control chart. Let me tell you the control chart also. See, this is LCL and UCL. If I just put it in a horizontal way, on the top, if you see, LCL and UCL, this is my weight variation, which is varying between 89 kg to 91 kg. I will display, this is a control chart. We call it control. This is how my weight is varying. This control chart, we call it control chart. So I did a control chart also, histogram also. In the analyze phase, I went for the root cause analysis, why my weight is high. I identified the 20%, the top 4-5 reasons which are contributing to 80% of my increased weight. I attacked them. I found them. It was portion of the food which I am eating. And also, I was eating very healthy food, but I was eating too much. And I was also not able to, I was doing really good exercises. But I also came to know 30% is only contributed in weight reduction, only 30% is contributed to exercises. It acts like a catalyst. But the 70% is contributed to the food, portion of food, and also sleep. So for me, the root cause was sleep, lack of sleep, and the portion of food. See, for everyone, the root cause will be different. So you have to do your own projects. That's the beauty of Six Sigma. I can't apply improvements of another process to my process. My root cause could be different. Your root cause could be different. That company is training all its employees and solving the problem. I'm also started training and thinking that my problem will be solved. No, your root cause may not be the skills. Your root cause may be the software. Your root cause may be the policy. Your root cause could be something else. Find your own root causes. Find your own root cause. That is why you have to do a DMAC project in your process. Don't copy. So I improved, and then after I improved, I need to control also. So what I did earlier, I reduced my control limits. See, if you see here, now I'm here. My control limits are changed, but I should be able to sustain for a long, long time. Then only the real results will give me the fruits. So I should also control. This is DMAC, very simple example, day-to-day life example for you because you asked for it. And then let me do a project. This is an engineering company. They want to reduce the recruitment cycle time. So I'm just using a simple process, which will everyone knows what is the recruitment. Everyone knows what is recruitment. So everyone will be able to correlate with this. Yeah. So how to improve the recruitment process? By doing project using DMAC. You form a team. You write SIPOC, VOC, and project chart. Let me tell you, before I start doing the project, some basic concepts in quality. Very, very, very basic concepts. Quickly, I'm going to draw a model of every organization. Think of your organization, think of your department. Whatever you do, whichever organization you belong, you are producing an output. Now, output could be either a product or a service. It could be either a product or a service. Think of your organization. If I was talking about chocolate manufacturing, it's a product. If you are talking about hospital, treating the patient is a service. Yeah. How do you deliver this? By following certain steps, which are repetitive in nature. Repetitive means you are repeating again and again and again and again and again and again multiple times. That is a basic definition of a process. So process steps deliver an output. They need some inputs. It could be staff, people, machines, softwares, information. And they are being processed. And they all deliver an output. Output could be a product or a service. Think of your output. Think of your company. And these outputs go to the customers. Yeah, these outputs go to the customers. And the customers provide their feedback to your strategy team, corporate team, some centralized body. So I'll just write, let's say, strategy team, which creates strategies for your organization, or senior management. You can say CEO's office. And CEO's office, the planning team, strategy team, they will inform the suppliers to supply those materials based on what the customers are asking. There could be demand also. We can forecast the demand, how much product they want, how much raw material, how much what is the necessity. Again, it's for services or products. What is the projected demand? Based on that, you'll ask the suppliers to provide the inputs. And also, strategy team will change the policies and procedures for those departments. And what I've created is known as, any guesses? Anyone has heard or seen this map before? We call it as a systems map or value stream map. We call it as systems map or value stream map. System map or value stream. How the value is created in an organization. Okay. Now, if there is a smooth flow of the raw materials and being processed without any interruption going to the customers, it is healthy process. Like a healthy individual continuously breathing, smooth breathing. But when there is interruption, individual becomes unhealthy. So similarly, when there are interruptions, A is fast, B is slow, waiting times. C commits lots of mistakes, errors. And what happens? Customer is unhappy. Okay. Please remember, customer is unhappy. And our job is to create, our job is to keep the customer happy, isn't it? Job is to create the customer, is to keep the customer happy. Now, how do I measure the happiness of the customers? One is taking survey, but another way, you cannot improve if you cannot measure. I told you. So you measure, and we call it as measures on the outputs, on product or service. The three common measure always true for all outputs. And in Six Sigma, we call it a CTQ, critical to quality, critical to quality measures. One is cycle time. Another is errors or mistakes, what the customer does not want. Whatever, if you are providing something which is not as per the requirements of the customer, it's an error. And the cost. These are the three critical, but there could be many more. Like if you are manufacturing chocolates, the weight of the chocolate is one CTQ. If you're in a hospital, infection rate could be a CTQ. If you are doing a project in construction industry, percentage delays or percentage of over budget, they could be your CTQ. So depends on what you are doing. See, what is your product or service? Depending on that, you can create your own CTQs. And the concept now, Six Sigma, what it is do, it actually, every cycle time has got specification limits. How are you performing in terms of cycle times? Errors has got specification limit. If you are going beyond some limits, if you are within that, good. If you're above that, it's a defect. Okay. Now, Six Sigma black belt or green belt first finds out, and by the way, the senior management will tell or the customer will tell. Senior management will tell. The customer will tell. That are you doing well in terms of are you within the specifications or not? And if you are not, you will take up an improvement project. So that's how the Six Sigma projects are generated in the organization. Where you are not performing really well, where the customer is getting dissatisfied, you take up improvement project. Okay. Just wanted to add this also before I take up the improvement project. Now let us start doing the project. Okay, by one more thing. Just remember this part. If you see, S for supplier, I for inputs, P for process, O for output, C for customer. SIPOC, supplier input, process output, customer. Okay. So now let us go back to now doing the project part. I want to improve my recruitment process. What I will do? Well, first form a team. First, I will identify the process owner. Who owns the process? The person who actually is responsible for running the process. He is known as a process owner. Who is the person here? Recruitment manager. Then the head of the department is the champion, sponsor or champion. We call him sponsor. We are doing a project here. You have to have a sponsor. Yeah. The main customer. Yeah. Process owner is the subject matter expert. And master black belt is the project leader, or you can say, and the green belt, black belts are the project managers, in a way. And then what you do? First, you create a SIPOC, because problems are in the systems and processes, not in the people. Deming was a great quality guru. He said, 85% of your problems are in the systems and processes, not in the people. So don't blame the people. Look at the processes and systems. To look at the process and system, you make a systems map or the CPHQ. Generally, when you are doing a CPHQ, you start with the customers, then go to the output, and process, inputs, and suppliers. Yeah, right to left. So the customers are the departments. Now they are internal customers. Now output are the recruited employee. These are the steps I'm following, and these are the inputs. Now, if I put the measures on the recruitment employee, recruitment time, that is known as outcome measure, also represented as Y. And the measures on processes and measures on inputs, they are all known as X factors. They are known as X factors. Process measures, structural measures, sometimes also known as that. Now, I don't have much control on the Y, but I have controls on the X factors. So don't worry too much about the Y. Y will automatically be delivered by the system if you focus on the X factors. If your IT system is healthy, job descriptions are available, CVs are available, budget is in time, approved, HR staff is skilled, time taken to interview the shortlisted candidates is good, like less, everything is okay, your measure, the recruitment time will be lower. That's the whole concept on which we are improving our process. It is about process improvement, not people improvement. People will come and go out of the process. A good person given a bad process will not be able to deliver. And a bad person, but not bad person, I would say inefficient person, given a very efficient process you'll be surprised, the same person will be able to deliver. Some people, they join some organization, they start performing well, really, because of the system. So systems is more important. Okay. Now, I've been telling you cannot improve, you cannot measure. But do you think that everything can be measured? Do you think everything can be measured? The answer to this is yes, everything can be measured. There are two rules. You can't improve if you cannot measure. And second rule is you can measure everything. And the third rule is, if you think something cannot be measured, go back to rule number 2. Yeah. Why? And now let me tell you how you can measure. How can you measure? I'll tell you a trick. There are two types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data is something which can be represented on a number line. Number line, negative, minus infinity to plus infinity. Minus infinity to plus infinity. Any point on that number line, like my age is 55, 55.1 years. Let me see, somewhere close to that, right? So 0.1, there's a possibility 0.1, and there is a unit. You have a unit, you have a decimal points. But when it's attribute data, it's like gender, male, female, good, bad. Then you have a count. You cannot have 30.1 male, right? So there are two types of data if I want to represent it like that. So there are two types of data. Let me write. Continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data, like here in recruitment time, if I take our example, recruitment time is a continuous data, isn't it? Recruitment time is continuous data. Any other examples you have? Can you give me some other examples of continuous data? $50.1 days, right? What is attribute data? Attribute data has got attribute. It has got category. It has a count. And it has got a proportion. And it has got a percentage. Now, there is a trick here. Okay. Some examples. See, whenever we are talking about attribute data is very difficult to measure. People say, it's difficult to measure happiness, difficult to measure satisfaction, difficult to measure feelings. So I'll tell you a trick. I'll give you a trick how to, measure anything. Try to create categories, whatever you want to measure. Let's say you want to measure here, let's say job description available. Job description. Let's go back here, let's go back to our CPHQ. What I want to measure? How will I measure job description? See, I can measure time taken to develop the mobilization plan. I can measure time taken to interview the candidate. So it's a continuous data. It is easy. How will I measure CV? I will create a category. CV available, not available. CV correct, incorrect. Job description available, not available. Budget approved, not approved. Or it could be amount of budget also. Yeah. Right. So what I will do, I will just put attribute, job description, available, not available. Now I had 100 employees, 20 times it was available and 80 times it was not available. Proportion of available and not available. Proportion means portion out of 1. If circle is 1, 0.2 belongs to available and 0.8 belongs to unavailable. Similarly, percentage is nothing but portion out of 100. If the circle is 100, 20 belongs to available. Okay. 80 belongs to not. Now, that brings me to one more philosophical teaching. When I'm dealing with continuous data, I can represent the data in histogram. So if I continue, like one person is taking 50 days to get recruited, another is 48, 52, 47, etc. Total is 50, average. I can represent this on a histogram. Most of the time, I'm taking 50 days, but I'm going up to some levels. And it will always have something called a standard deviation. So one average will be having, and one standard deviation will always be there. Now, I cannot describe standard deviation in this session, but I have described this in on a video. If you are interested, you can watch that video. I'm giving all the links. Maybe one link I'll give you here. It is about standard deviation. In fact, in that video, I have derived the formula for standard deviation also. I have explained, not only explained, I have derived. When you derive some formula, you always remember it, right? So please watch that separately, because right now I'll focus on the yellow belt part. Yeah. So here, one Mr. Gauss, he found that most of the repetitive processes in the world, they follow this histogram. They follow all, they follow this histogram, normal distribution curve. Normal means it's normal to obtain a normal distribution. If I take the age of all the people who are attending this program, it is normally distributed. If I take your salaries who are attending this program, it is normally distributed. So normal distribution is normal to obtain. That is why it is known as normal distribution. And he found that interesting phenomena was that it has an average and it has a standard deviation also. The standard deviation, let's say, if it is 5, just I'm taking an example, 5. So this number would be 50. This will be 1 time standard deviation, 2 times standard deviation, 3 times standard deviation. This will be -1 time standard deviation, -2 times standard deviation, -3 times standard. This is how the nature behaves. All your processes, all your machines, all your systems, all your softwares, all your customers, all your processes, they follow this normal distribution. You are not aware of it, but they follow. Blood pressure of the human population, it follows normal distribution. Weight of the human population, heights. When I do my green belt sessions, generally we do exercise. We collect, typically there are 15 to 20 students in my batch. I collect the heights of everyone, and I find generally I'll say 174 is this average centimeters, 174 centimeters. And standard deviation is around 5 or 6. And we predict the height of whole world. How? By applying Gaussian theorem. Mr. Gauss, Carl Friedrich Gauss, in 17th and 18th century, he found that every process, repetitive process, follows normal distribution. And 99% of the total population, I'm talking about 99% of the total population, 99.73 to be more precise, of the total population lies between ±3 standard deviations. Now, why it happens, don't ask me, because it happens. It's a natural phenomena. So if I predict my recruitment time, so the 1 standard deviation will be 55. 2 standard deviation will be 60, and 3 standard deviation will be 65, isn't it? Similarly, -1 standard deviation will be 50 minus 5, which is 45. This will be 40, and this will be 35. I hope you are with me. Then the control limits of my recruitment time is 35 and 65. UCL, control limit. Please remember, there's a difference between UCL and LCL. Specification limits are by the customers, and control limits are given by the process. Control limits are voice of process. Remember, I hope you remember. Specification limits are voice of customers. Control limits are voice of process. Yeah. Lot of information I'm giving you, lot of knowledge I'm giving you. You can always watch this multiple times. This video is available to you. We can watch multiple times. But yeah, so don't worry, don't get overwhelmed with the information. Okay. Yeah. So this is how I can represent our continuous data. This was the story of continuous, my dears. Now You have attribute also. Attribute, well, I cannot make a histogram. I'll just make a pie chart. I did like pie charts. Happy, not happy, satisfied, not satisfied, or bar chart. Very, very happy customers, neutral customer, unhappy customer, extremely unhappy customers. Satisfaction, customer satisfaction is attribute data, right? So how to represent attribute data? I can use pie chart, bar chart. How to represent continuous data? I can make a histogram. And both of them, I can make a control chart. Control chart means lower control limit, LCL and UCL. Please remember, there is no specification limit here. Please, please, please remember. So this is my this is how my process is performing. Then you can also put specification limits. Let's say this is a sales process. Your sales is between, say, 35, if I take the same control limits here, 35 and 60, 35 to $65,000, with the average is 50. Your customers, your boss says lower specification limit is 70, lowest upper, and there is no, in such situations, there is no upper specification limits. Let's say he'll say, well, don't go beyond 100 because we can't, we can't even supply. So you would like to change the process. You would like to change the control limits of the process. So every process improvement, what it tries to do, it tries to change the control limits of the process. It's a breakthrough improvement. Don't lose your sight. Most of the time we are worried, let's say, let's go to the sales process. This week, $45,000. Next week, $55,000. Wow, happy, happy, happy. Next week, sad, happy, sad, happy. Oh, wow. 63, highest ever achieved in the last 6 months. Very, very, very happy. Boss throws a party in the cafeteria. Very well done, team. Next week, goes down. Very, very, very unhappy. Here he gets worried. Oh, that recognition has backfired. That party in the cafeteria has resulted in a loss, less sales. People are not serious now. Then he brings like emergency meeting and gives a nice lecture on quality and etc. And suddenly, it increases. Then the boss thinks my lecture, really made a difference. But a statistician, a quality professional, a green belt, black belt, a project management professional, they know all these concepts. They will say, well, all these variations are known as common cause variation. Common cause. Common cause variation means what? That there are lots of causes producing the variation. The same story. And all these causes are acting on your systems and producing this variation, which is shaded in the yellow. It is natural variation. Don't look for causes there. Don't waste your time. Oh, very happy, very sad. My dear friend, try to do an improvement project. Try to do an improvement project. Something like that. Yeah. This is what we are looking at. The change. Change is what we are looking at. Okay, let me also talk, before I go back to my project, Also, let me tell you, see, it doesn't mean that sometimes, there's a concept like if the process is behaving within the control limits, we call this, and it is under common causes. It is under control. Under control doesn't mean that customer is happy. Under control just means it is expected, within expected behavior. It is exhibiting no surprises. This is the way we are. This is the way 35 to 65 days we are taking for recruiting an employee. This is the way we are. Or $35,000 to $65,000 is my sales. This is the way we are. This is known as control limits. These are known as processes under control. Out of control would mean something surprise has happened, something special has happened. We call it under special causes. I can assign a reason. Here I can assign a reason. Oh, this is because of this particular reason. I can assign a reason. If it goes below, I can assign a reason. We call processes under assignable causes. And whenever the process is under assignable causes or special causes, we have to take immediate action. You have to take an immediate action. And the process is under common causes, we have to take a long-term action. So first I have to make the process under control. So process, if it is under assignable causes, I will first make it under control. I'll remove the assignable causes, make the process stable. Then it's ready for improvement. And then I raise the levels of the process to the new control limits, which are within the specification limit of the organization or of the customers. Okay, so too much of theory. Now let's get back to practical. Now the things are easy for me when I am explaining my project. I have already taught you lots of concepts. So I created a team. I created a CPHQ. I made a project charter. I write a project charter. In the define phase, we do these 2-3 basic things. In the project charter, we write problem statement. We write a goal statement. Problem statements takes 50 days to recruit an employee. And goal statement should be very smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Smart objectives. Goal statement, reduce recruitment time of engineers from 50 days to 30 days. If I'm able to do that, I'll be able to generate some income for the organization. Wow, that's great. Okay. Move on to the measure phase. Collect the data. Remember the why, the output measures. They are just the symptoms that something is wrong with the problem, wrong with our system. Root causes, the X factors are the causes. When I fall ill, when I have fever, I go to the doctor. Doctor has my CTQ, doctor is, let's say he's a green belt or a black belt. So he applies. What's the measure? Measure is the temperature, body temperature. There's a symptom that something is wrong. The fever is something is wrong. But he doesn't try to just reduce the fever. He actually collects the data. Maybe a blood test, X-ray, whatever data is collected. And he finds the root causes. And he gives medicine for the root causes. Similarly, you are a process doctor. In your organization, you are like a process doctor. Doctor of a process. People, the process will come to you as a, you're a physician of the process. Oh, my process is performing very badly. What are the symptoms? Customer is unhappy, delays, errors. And these are all symptoms, something is wrong. And then you have to do a root cause analysis. And that's what you are supposed to do as a quality professional. So you have effect and the cause. You can monitor this, you can control. This is the symptom, this is the problem. Okay. So I collect the data. I collected the data and what do I do? So I'll show you Minitab. When you join my green belt session, I also teach you Minitab. We also give you the software. Okay. It's very easy to learn. It's take hardly half an hour to learn. Together, we learn in green belt. Step by step, I teach you. But right now, I'm just demonstrating. And all the companies who implement Six Sigma, they use Minitab in the world. Yeah. I'm not promoting here Minitab, by the way. There are other statistical software also. But I'm just telling, frankly, 95% of the companies who implement Six Sigma in the world, they use Minitab. So I'll just make a histogram. I have collected the data of recruitments, 15 recruitments I have taken. And I make a histogram. It takes average is 50 days. Standard deviation is almost 5 days. It creates the data. Okay. And then I can also see whether the process is under control or not. Let me see whether process is under control. I can make a control chart. See, everything is very easy nowadays, Don't have to really struggle too hard. There are softwares. Just click the right. Just you should know what buttons to click. So process under control, it is between 64 or on 65, 64 or 36 to 64. Actual exact value it has taken. Process under control, and it is ready to improve. Yes, it is not making customers happy. Customers wanted below 25 days, 30 days, right? 30 days. And the process under control, but it's not satisfying the customers. Well, so let me. Also, we calculate sigma level, which I'll not be covering here. So we identify the defect. See, what is the defect? Any recruitment going beyond 60 is like totally no. So today we have 27 defects out of 47. So calculate the defects per million opportunities. There's a formula. So right now, don't worry too much about it, but you can calculate the sigma level using a technique. Higher the sigma level, better is the quality. Always remember that. So right now my process is at 1.14 sigma. Yeah, so it requires a little improvement. In a way, it is telling 627,000 customers in 1 million, or 627 recruitments in 1 million are going beyond 60 days, which is like not so good quality. Okay. Now I go to the analysis, why I'm doing like that. So I have got two doors. One is process door and one is data door. Process door, I'll do as is process map, Gemba, identification of value added and non-value added steps. Any step which the customer is not willing to pay for, any step which is not done right the first time, any process step which is not bringing the input closer to the output, this is all non-value added. 7, 8 types of waste. Remember that 8 wastes. They're all to be removed or reduced. You cannot eliminate all the non-value added steps. Also known as muda. Muda means waste in Japanese. And you can do data door. Data door, you will do a cause and effect diagram, control impact matrix, Pareto chart, box plots, scatter plots. Let me show you, demonstrate you some of those charts. Okay. So first process map, map the process as it is with the help of the people. And you can do lots of techniques. One of them is escape analysis. Escape analysis I've described with a case study in one of the links, which you will see in the chat box. I'm giving you a lot of material to enhance your knowledge. Escape eliminates, simplify, combine, automate, and parallel. Can I eliminate? Ask these 5 questions on each step. Can I eliminate? No. Can I simplify? Yes. Can I combine these 2 steps? Yes. Why not? Can I automate these steps? Yes. Can I make these steps parallel? Why not? Change the process. In 2-3 hours of a good escape implementation, you can come out with a new process. Get your bosses also in the discussion. They will approve that. There are a lot of things you keep on doing, which you'll be surprised why you are doing. Some of the things you are doing for the last 5-10 years without any value addition. Some of the processes are designed 20 years ago. We're still blindly following those steps. Some of the processes designed 10 years ago don't know that you have a WhatsApp. So all these things will be revealed. Then coming to our data, get hold of the people and make a cause and effect diagram. Ask them to brainstorm on all the possible, causes of high recruitment time. They will put, generally use man, machine, material method, 6M's technique, man, machine, material method, measurements, mother nature. So get all the possible causes. Not everything is responsible. So you'll apply a Pareto chart. You'll ask them to vote. So highest votes put in descending order. If I want to show you in the mini tab, let me show you that. So I just collect the reasons based on the brainstorming: man, machine, material, method, environment, all these techniques. Man, machine, material, methods, environment. All the causes related under those respective headings. This is a very, very common tool, cause and effect. Fishbone, also known as fishbone diagram. Ishikawa diagram, also known as Ishikawa diagram. And see, whenever you are doing, so one of the things you have to note, when you are generating the causes, you can use brainstorming. Brainstorming is a very powerful tool, very useful tool for a quality, for any project manager, for that matter. You're also here, you're running a quality project. Brainstorming is a very, very important tool which will help you in multiple ways. So there are some basic ground rules you have to follow when you are conducting a brainstorming. So let me show you that as well. Yeah, and as I told you, some of you have asked the questions, but some of the questions have been answered. I told you as you proceed. So just wait. I will be answering all your questions after, let's say, half an hour, 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, I'll be there, and I'll ask you. I'll answer your questions. You can ask, you can hold your questions for the time being, or you can just put it in your Q&A box. There's a Q&A box, right? You can put your questions there, and I'll be happy to answer after a while. But let me show you a very, and these videos also, let me tell you, I have got this whole training available in Hindi as well. If you want to watch these programs in Hindi, they're also available. The whole program I have done in Hindi, and I keep doing this as well. So if you're interested, you can always use that. And coming back to the brainstorming. So some of the rules of brainstorming, which whenever you are following brainstorming, you have to follow certain rules. So let me show you this particular video, which talks about basic rules of brainstorming.
Participants about the time, venue, topic well in advance. So they are mentally prepared for brainstorming. As I told you that brainstorming is used for either generating the possible root causes or getting the ideas to solve the problems. There are certain rules which need to be followed in brainstorming. The rules of brainstorming are: give equal opportunity to everyone who is participating. So tell them to participate, and you can use different techniques. As I told you, we will be learning in the improve phase. Capture all the ideas, so document all the ideas. Whatever is being discussed, whatever ideas the participants are given, someone should be there to document, or a scribe you can appoint to document all the ideas. Leave your designation and ego along with your shoes outside the meeting room. That means don't think that if you are senior, your idea carries more weightage. So obviously this ground rule should be very clear to everyone, and everyone should be encouraged to give an idea, and everyone's idea should carry equal weightage. There should be a non-threatening environment. When people are giving ideas, they should not be afraid of giving ideas. So you should create an environment where people should be encouraged to give the ideas. Also, we should ensure that that wherever the brainstorming is taking place, there should not be any disturbance, so people are focused on brainstorming. Sometimes people might deviate from the topics. There is a tendency that some important issue crops up during the discussion, so at that time you can always create a parking lot saying that, well, this idea or this issue is very, very important and we can park it to be discussed after a while once we complete the brainstorming on this particular topic. We should encourage people to fantasize freely. We should not put brakes on our thoughts. So you can give some out-of-the-box ideas, you can give some wild ideas, and if people are giving you wild ideas, they should be encouraged. If you give a specific duration of brainstorming, we should try to complete the brainstorming within the time duration and defer evaluation. Now, this is one of the rules which is often violated. People start discussing the ideas. Someone gives an idea and someone else says, well, it will not work in an organization. Or some other person gives an idea and someone else comments that, wow, it's a great idea. So don't evaluate. Reserve your comments for evaluation at a later stage. When you are generating the idea, when you are generating the root causes, they are not to be evaluated. You cannot say that it is a good idea or this is a very good root cause which you have thought of. No evaluation, just write down whatever is being suggested. Generate quantity, do not worry about the quality at the initial stages. So you have to generate lots of root causes, lots of solutions, more the better. A pearl diver, he dives into the sea to find the pearls. If he just collects 10 oysters, the probability of getting the pearl is very low. But if he collects thousands of oysters, the probability of getting the pearl is very high. So similarly, if you want to collect great ideas, some of the out-of-the-box ideas, some creative ideas, then definitely you should create more and more ideas. So how to generate those ideas? There are different techniques. Some of these techniques we'll be discussing in our improve phase, but right now we are in analyze phase, and as I told you, either you are using cause and effect or tree diagram, you can use brainstorming, and the first brainstorming is, interestingly, to find the root causes. We can use brainstorming to generate
Okay, so that was some basic rules of brainstorming for you. Now coming back to our project. So using those techniques, we generated our cause and effect. And if I want to show, it's very easy to generate in even on your mini tab as well, on any software. X factors and Y. So these are the possibilities. Now what we do, we collect further data. Now you can ask the people to prioritize. You can ask them to rate, or you can take, say, you can do a quick, what to say, voting. How many people feel this is the major cause, or you can even collect the real data. So if I use the real data, you have got some reasons. First one got delayed. Why? Because of approval time was delayed. Second was job description is not available. Types of hiring, assessment time, all these are reasons. Some of the reasons occur more often as compared to others. So which one of them often occur and which one are occurring less often? So I can do a Pareto chart, and Pareto is nothing but arranging all your categories into descending order, and count them. So highest number of times assessment time delays the major root cause. Job description not available is the second major. Third major is approval time, and how many times they're appearing here, it's mentioned here: 13, 9, 6, 4. Percentage contribution is also mentioned here. Cumulative percentage. Cumulative means the first two causes together is giving you 57%. First three causes cumulatively, add them together, is giving you 73%. So first four causes are giving you almost 84%. So 84% of your problems are due to these four causes. 84% of your problems are due to these four causes. This is the cumulative line. Cumulative means it's adding up. First two together. These first 1 and 2 together is giving you this. First 3 together is giving you this. First 4 together is giving you this, which corresponds to almost 84%, right? So now I have got a Pareto. Now, if you take it further a little bit, let's take little advanced. Still have 15 minutes to go, right? Half an hour to go, right? So let me even go a little further. You can further investigate more in depth by using some advanced statistical tools. Some of them I'll describe. Now here, what is our objective? I want to know whether my Y, the output, is affected. It's affected by the X factor, a particular X factor. Whether my output is affected by the X factor. How would I know that? For example, if I want to know, is the job description, see, if you see our Pareto chart, it says, if I just look at the graph, it tells me the job description availability is affecting. Assessment time is affecting. Approval time is affecting. Type of hiring is affecting. So let us see one by one. Let us plot X factor against the Y. So if I take recruitment time, is it getting affected by, let's say, approval time? The approval time. Now, approval time is continuous data. And recruitment time is also continuous data. So whenever you are dealing with continuous data, you will make a scatter plot. So if you see that something like this is there, I would say there is a positive relationship. Means that approval time is really affecting the recruitment time. So I should act on it. That X factor, this is root cause. It is validated root cause. But suppose if I get this, approval time is low or high, doesn't matter, there's no relationship. Sometimes approval time is 5 days, still I take 60 days. Sometimes approval time was 20 days, still I take 60 days. There's no relation. Then approval time is not, because that X factor is not validated. So what I am doing validation of X factors, validation of the root causes using statistical analysis. I can also do a hypothesis test, which we call it regression analysis. When I'm doing continuous and continuous, I will do scatter plot or regression. I cannot use any other things. Scatter and regression. I'll do just the scatter plot today. I'll show you. So let us look at the approval time. Okay. Recruitment time, is it affected by the approval time? Both are continuous data. Look at the data types. Continuous and continuous. I can do a scatter plot. Well, let me do that. Approval time and recruitment time. It appears to be correlated. And minute I will also tell you the correlation coefficient. I'm not going to those details right now. But there is a correlation coefficient, strongly related, not related. Very easily you can get the p-values also. But right now, scatter plot is something which will show the relationship between the continuous data and continuous data. Let us see whether approval time taken to approval time we have already seen. Let us say assessment time taken to assess a particular CV. Does it impact? Okay, let us see. I'll do a scatter again because both are continuous data. So assessment time versus the recruitment. Okay, yeah, there is no relationship. No. It doesn't appear that they are related to each other. So that assessment time, it will be waste of my time to try to reduce the assessment time and thinking that it will reduce my recruitment time. So that is not the root cause. So you see what's happening here. We are validating our root causes using statistical analysis. Okay. I could have also done regression if I want to go deeper, but right now in yellow belt, I'm not discussing that. Similarly, recruitment time versus, let's say, job description. A job description availability. Available, not available. So I've got, one recruitment number 3452. Approval time was 17 days. Job description is not available. Type of hiring, it was expat. Assessment time was 18 days. And recruitment time was 50 days. So that's how I've collected the data for different X factors versus the Y. And now I'm trying to explore the relationships between X and Y. How to do that in this case? In attribute and continuous, I cannot use a scatter plot. Cannot use a scatter plot. I have to use box plot. So I am doing, let's say, recruitment time, job description availability. It is attribute data. Available, not available. When the job description available, recruitment time is low. When job description is not available, recruitment time is high. And there's something called box plot. I'm just showing, some of you might be knowing it. But those who know, they may understand this part. So here, I'm using box plots. And if I were to use a hypothesis test, I'll be using ANOVA. Yeah, I'll be using it very easily based on statistical analysis. With small 30, 40, 50 samples, I can predict about large populations running into millions. That's how all the experiments taking place in automotive industries. In the lab, they experiment, then they apply into industry. Your vaccines, they're tested on small samples when they are given to millions. All, the basis of statistical analysis. Yeah. So box plots. If they are far apart, I'll say, well, job availability really impacts. But if the box plots were something like this, well, it is available or not available, I have got recruitment times variation almost same here and there. I can't say availability of job description is going to really impact. Maybe root cause is something else. Look for some other X factor. That's what I will conclude here. So here, let me do a box plot for you. Stat. Let's do a box plot quickly. So with groups and here job description availability. Job description availability. Oh, well, yeah, job description available, taking less time, not available more time. Appears that, if I work on job description availability, so I will have validated job description availability. And what I will tell the whole organization, please, the next 10 days, create job descriptions of all your roles, responsibilities of a team members. It will help me reduce my recruitment time straight away by almost 10 days. You know, there's a difference. Look at the median differences between the two, almost 10 days. So job description availability reduces my job recruitment time by 10 days. Why not reduce it throughout the organization? So that's how you do an improvement project. You are validating the root causes. Similarly, you can do for others as well. I'm not doing it one by one. All the X factors you can work on. So that's what you did. And, we learned, we did the projects, Pareto chart. Now, just to summarize what we did in terms of graphical analysis, when I was dealing with continuous data, I did a histogram. When I was dealing with attribute data, I did a Pareto chart or a pie chart or a bar chart. When I've got two columns, two factors, one is continuous, one is attribute, I'll use a box plot. Both are continuous, I'll use a scatter plot. One is attribute, both are attribute, I'll use a Pareto chart. So these are simple rules of data analysis, graphical representation of your data, and inferential statistics. So you can always join my live interactive sessions if you are interested in these trainings. I will show you one. I think lean I have not covered, so I'll show you one. Some value-added, non-value-added analysis using. So I've talked about manufacturing industry. I've talked about services industry. Let me talk about healthcare industry, and I will cover a little bit of the wastes present in. Wastes are present everywhere in every industry. I'm just choosing one industry. So let me take. A very nice. This is our foundation month, so we are completing our 17 years. 2006 we started, so 17 years. So there are some very good special discounts available. They'll be all listed for your benefits in the chat box. The dates are also available in your chat box, or my team member will be happy to share. But if you are interested, please register for our green and black belt trainings. Just go to the link. By the way, the improve phase. Now let's go to the improve phase. Now we have got the root causes, and once you have got the root causes, you can always. One more thing. We'll be doing two projects in the class simultaneously when we do the training. The green belt, black belt. We'll be doing two projects. So two case studies will be solved. And project guidance after 1 year, 2 years, if you want to do a real project, anytime we will help you in guiding the project. And lifetime association with me. Yeah. Just if you are not already linked with me on LinkedIn, please get linked up. Also like our page, Facebook page, etc., Instagram page, etc. Yeah. So now we have got different techniques. You can use 6 people write 3 ideas in 5 minutes. There is a video on 635. My team will put in the chat box and how to perform a 635 technique, generate 108 ideas in half an hour. And then FMEA also, my team has already given you that FMEA link. You can use that. How to make sure that your improvements don't fail. FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. Here I am seeing doing FMEA for company, a very great software company in US, Atlanta head office. I won't name the company, but you can guess. The big companies, right? Software giants, one of them. You apply these tools, get your ideas. We did that. And for each root cause, we came out with lots of root causes. Once we do that, we implement those ideas. Once we implement those ideas, we put control systems in place, because after improvement, it should not go back to original state. There's no point in improving something and going back to your original state. So make your control charts, audit plans, review plans, review systems in place, so that you don't go back to original state. So overall, this project really did a lot of benefits. We were able to achieve great benefits out of this project. And finally, to prove that the improvement is statistically significant, you always do before and after. Before and after, you can do box plot, you can use control charts. Let me show you in control charts. So before and after. So before, these were the control limits. Now after, these are the control limits. Well, not bad, There's a system change, whole system is shifted. The DNA of the process has changed. This is the breakthrough improvement we are talking about. All project professionals involved in quality projects, they like to see this statistically significant improvement, we call it. It can be validated using 2T tests. 2 times before and after. You can do a 2T test. Get the p-value less than 0.05. Yes, it's a real improvement. Visually also you can see the process has changed. It's not by chance. It is due to the effort. And that's what the differences green belts and black belts make. And if you want to make that difference, join my sessions, as I have told you. Well, let me test your knowledge. Let's play the game. Who wants to be a millionaire? So, ladies and gentlemen, here is a chance to win $1 million. First question on your screen. The inputs to a process are bold. Right answer will give you $10,000 and wrong answer will not give you anything. You have all lifelines with you. If you want to use any lifeline, please feel free to do so. Yes, inputs. Yes, most of you have given the right answer. Okay, right. It is the X's. All of you get $10,000. Okay. How do you know the process is? Yes. What the customer sees. It is not the deliverable of the DMAC analyze phase. What is not the deliverable of the DMAC analyze phase? Not a deliverable. Yes. Solutions are deliverable of improve phase. Great. Absolutely. So do join. Now you have reasons to collect the data. Very large data also doesn't bother you now. Graphical tools are easy to interpret. Statistical tools are not a nightmare. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Would you like to become? So I'll just ask you a question. If you would like to become, if you want to join my sessions, please answer this poll. Those who are my present students already who have attended, thanks to you for joining, and also the project management professionals. I'll see you soon in the next half an hour or so, and all the CPHQ professionals who have been trained by us, thanks for joining, and all the people who are attending our training for the first time, do join us in our training programs. We do take effort to train you. And of course, it comes with a cost. So the cost, everything, my team will be happy to talk about. The dates we can share. Niranjan, you have the dates, if you can share. So these are the dates. Training on weekends, Fridays, mostly Fridays or Sundays. We have Friday batches, Sunday batches, then morning batches, evening batches. So 29th July, I'm starting the new batch. If you are not able to join 29th July, then you can join on 27th August. Friday batch is starting on 29th. Yeah. Weekday batch, you just, because I can't see the lower portion of the screen. So if you can just escape from that and show, just put escape, press escape button. So you'll be able to see what's written down below. Monday morning, starting from 31st July. Okay, and fine. So these are the dates, Monday morning and down below. Yeah, right. Absolutely. This is the one. Monday morning, Monday evening batch also starting on 31st July. So we have 4 batches to choose from. Feel free to join us. Any of your dates, whichever date you like. And then there are combo offers also. If you are already our alumni, then there are some special offers going on. So you can always do green belt, black belt, Power BI also you'll get learning for free, or you can do green belt, black belt, master black belt. So one of the certificates, comes to you for free, your choice, if you're joining for 2 certificates. And yeah. So the details of the pricing, etc., will be sent to you. And it's not very costly, let me tell you. And at least it's value. Whatever you're paying, you'll get the value for sure. You'll get much more value. So anything for my team members, if you'd like to like me to talk something else. Now let me answer your questions. There are some upcoming workshops also. So let me answer your questions now. And yeah. My team members, let me know in case I need to answer some questions related to administration. Administrative questions, I think my team will be able to handle independently. The dates and the offers, etc. Let me answer the technical question. Now let me have a look at the list of the questions. The training certification is available. Yes, for this training, yellow belt certification. Yes, you can. There's an administration fee for getting the yellow belt certification. So, if you are not our previous student, or if not enrolled for any other course with us, then you'll have to pay an administrative fee, which will be like almost equal to what you pay for having a lunch in a restaurant. So almost same, not big. How much money is for this course? I'm not. My team will be able to tell you, so you can write to them. But it's not that high. Administration fees is required because there's a team effort involved in bringing this program to you. So I hope you are. If you are not enrolled with any of our other programs, there is a fees for that. So if you are interested, you can you can click on the relevant links and you'll get all the information. But it is worth, it's you will be learning how to do an improvement project with me. You'll be also we'll be filling in a project template. That we will see the way I showed you today. We'll be doing a project, but along with you. So if you want, along with me, you do the whole and mini-tab analysis. You fill in a project template also. We'll give you a project template, and you can always fill those project templates just to have the real feel as if you are really doing the project. So that is something which I would like to tell. So, great. So with that, I will just conclude for the session. My team will put some videos for you, maybe example from some of the theme park companies or other organizations, telling you about all the implementations part, how to implement Lean Six Sigma in construction, in healthcare, at some telecom company example, manufacturing, different industries, Lean Six Sigma applications. I'll just play some videos for you that will give you a lot of information. And you can keep asking questions, because I don't see any technical questions here. I think it appears that your all technical queries are answered. So please go ahead.
Behavior is as
Can you please yeah, better to show Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing, Lean Six Sigma in healthcare, Lean Six Sigma in construction. These are the things.
The world we have created is the product of our own thinking, and we cannot improve the world without improving our thinking. The long-term chronic problems of manufacturing companies like low productivity, lower machine efficiency, high rework, high inventories, high product wastage can't be solved using only experience, logic and intuition. You might be a good operations person, a good engineer or an excellent operator, but you need to have basic knowledge and understanding of some problem solving and process improvement tools too. Here is how Lean Six Sigma can improve your processes in manufacturing. Lean Six Sigma is defined as a business improvement method that aims to maximize the shareholders' value by improving the quality, speed, customer satisfaction, and reduce the costs. It merges tools and principles from both Lean and Six Sigma to do this. It has become the most popular business strategies for deploying continuous improvement in the manufacturing industries. With its help, you can make sure that only essential steps remain in a process. The moment I say Lean Six Sigma techniques, high quality, low cost, increased profits, and customer satisfaction should automatically come to your mind. It is very rightly said that machines are mere pieces of metal if they cannot be made efficient. Lean Six Sigma helps you to do this. What is the core of Lean Six Sigma? It's DMAC. Yes. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It helps you to reduce the existing problems with unknown causes. Here we train the staff of the manufacturing units as the green belts and black belts, and they convert all the problems into improvement projects. So now the difficulties become opportunities. Then they complete these projects and get certified. It's a win-win for both the organization and the employees. Now, how does Lean Six Sigma decrease the cost? Shijo Shingo said that the most hazardous waste is the waste that we do not recognize. Firstly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on removing the 7 wastes like overproduction, transportation, inventory, etc. from a process. In manufacturing sector, this step can lower the cost of a process by leaps and bounds. Secondly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on solving the problems caused by a process. Here we focus on the processes, not on people, because we believe that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and not due to the people. Defects in your product can cost your organization a fortune. So the focus is on reducing the defects by focusing on the processes. Let me talk about some Lean Six Sigma tools that can be used in manufacturing. Value stream mapping, Kanban, 5S, cause and effect analysis, control charts, DMAC, 5 Whys, Kaizen, hypothesis tests, etc., etc., etc. Let us talk about a few. 5S. A well-organized workplace becomes important if you want to eliminate waste and reduce the errors. 5S is the way to do that. Control charts. By understanding the control charts, you can understand the difference between the common causes and special causes. For special causes, you take immediate action, and for common causes, you take long-term actions. Kanban. It is a visualizing tool on maximizing the flow of goods and work without unnecessary inventory or transportation. Then we have 5 whys. Ask why 5 times and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Hypothesis tests. They establish the relationship between the outputs and inputs, and you can get the root cause with 95% confidence. Value stream mapping. It is used for defining and assessing the movement of the raw materials from the beginning of the process to delivery to the customer. It is a way in which the current state of a process is documented and the future state is visualized. If you want in-depth knowledge about all the tools and techniques, you can always join my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt training programs. So that was about Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing. I hope you have got a clear picture about why Lean Six Sigma is so important in the manufacturing industry. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss out on our important updates on the tools and techniques of Lean and Six Sigma and even project management. Happy learning! There are so many stakeholders in construction industry. The customer and the users of your building or construction, the project organization, the contractors and the staff at the construction site. Lean has something for everyone. Of course, our primary objective is to satisfy the customers, both external and internal, so you can reduce the project delays and quality defects in your organization. You can improve the safety of the employees at the construction site, reduce the inspection times and non-compliances, drastically cut down on the rework resulting from errors. We have even reduced the architectural designing time in many cases to almost 50% of the original time by eliminating the wastes in the process. Once a process has been perfected with the lean methods, there are safeguards as well as checks and balances put into place to ensure that this efficiency continues through the life of a building or structure that has been constructed. In this particular industry, errors mean danger and extremely costly rework using expensive raw materials. So taking the time to eliminate errors before they happen is crucial to the success of any company specializing in constructing any type of building or dwelling. If a construction company is looking to minimize defects, then Lean course can really help the bottom line and make a huge difference. You can even combine it with Six Sigma and make it Lean and Six Sigma implementation to take the advantage of statistical tools also. The employees take up improvement projects after getting trained as green belts and black belts. They focus on identifying and eliminating any unnecessary waste in that particular system. This is one aspect of Lean certification methodology that creates great demand for certified professionals, especially true in the construction industry. A specialized Lean certification in construction will give the employees the tools they need to improve the quality of whatever they are building. Lean is a skill set that all of the leading construction companies in the world know to invest in when it comes to hire their employees. Because this eliminates the errors and also improves the quality, customers start to take notice and become loyal to the brand, knowing that they will always be able to get the best possible building at the lowest possible prices. Companies who utilize Lean methods know the importance of quality, and the quality of their employees are at the top of the list. Certified employees are a resource that construction companies are willing to invest in. This is why salaries of certified individuals are on an average significantly more than the non-certified colleagues. This also improves the overall corporate culture within a construction company. Because of the certified individuals, everyone knows their role and expectations within the company and exactly how teams need to work together to bring about the positive changes. Do share this video with your friends in construction industry and let me know on what topic I should make my next video.
Hi, I am Anexas Master Black Belt Amitabh Saxena and Let me talk about importance of Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. Lean Six Sigma concepts are used in industries all over the world to improve a process, eliminate waste, and reduce defects. In the healthcare industry, defects not only affect revenue and customer satisfaction, but they signify the difference between life and death. Lean Six Sigma is critically important in healthcare because it helps in reducing defects that can result in medical errors. There are so many challenges in the healthcare industry, like an aging population, shortage of workers, increasing litigation, and many more that require long-term improvement. Because healthcare industry deals with saving lives, errors cannot be accepted at any cost. So, how does Lean Six Sigma really help? With the help of Lean Six Sigma, you can shorten the waiting times in hospitals. The lesser the people wait, the efficient the hospitals will become. Reduce medication errors and even try to completely eliminate them. Improve turnaround time for lab results. Provide better care at lower costs. Ensure that the medical staff makes fewer errors. Reduce mortality rates. Improve patient care. Improve quality and improve overall patient experience. How can you do that? By training the staff as green belts and black belts and allowing them to do improvement projects. Lean Six Sigma training and certification in healthcare provides the tools needed to address the challenges at various levels. It is a time for the healthcare industry to utilize Lean Six Sigma methods to its fullest and drastically change the healthcare industry for the better. Don't you want to be a part of the industry where patients are happier, physicians want to work for you, the cost is as low as possible, and at the same time, efficiency is high? If your answer is yes, then Lean Six Sigma is your choice. We have implemented Lean Six Sigma in more than 25 hospitals worldwide, including ministries of health of 4 countries, and we can help you too.
How can Lean and Six Sigma be used in IT? I have implemented Lean and Six Sigma in many IT organizations, and each of them have given different benefits. But 3 benefits have been common to all organizations, and they are improvement in customer satisfaction, reduction of costs, and reduction of cycle times and project delivery times. When applied to IT operations, Lean Six Sigma aims to measure and improve both internal processes such as network speed and reliability and external processes like server response time, etc. Other projects which I have executed in IT industries are reduction of defect density and reduction of issues, on-time project delivery, reduction of rework, improvement of IT help desk services by reducing both time and errors. Lean Six Sigma also helps you to quantify the benefits of IT projects which are implemented within the organization. The Lean Six Sigma tools also help you to improve IT support services. How do we do that? By training the staff of IT companies to use Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques and apply DMAC methodology, that is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. They convert the improvement opportunities in the company to Lean Six Sigma projects and complete them to achieve their certifications as green belts and black belts. So, they identify the opportunities, they convert them into the projects, and these employees, after applying Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques, improve the process and get certified. So it's a win-win situation. Lean Six Sigma helps to integrate the process excellence in an IT organization's culture to achieve CMM level 5 too. Now you may ask, strategically, what is the impact on IT organizations after implementing Lean and Six Sigma? My answer would be, Lean Six Sigma improves the efficiency of your business and processes, improves the quality of the services you provide, increases the return on investment, improves workforce productivity, and reduces the project completion times. Overall, it helps the organization to deliver faster and more accurate results. To give you examples, some of the tools which have yielded excellent results are use of FMEA. It has resulted in identifying the mistakes and also preventing those mistakes from occurring. Use of control charts help many organizations to find the special causes and appropriately take action on it. And then identifying the difference between the common causes and special causes, these organizations have been able to take long-term improvement projects. Kano model has been used to classify the customer requirements into must-haves, good to have, and nice to have, and that has also helped the voice of customer conversion to CTQ, the critical to quality characteristics, the important characteristic, what the customer is looking for. 5 whys, it has helped many organizations to get to the root causes of many issues. So what are you waiting for? Get your Lean Six Sigma certification from an Confused about Lean and Six Sigma? Here is everything you need to know. Let me start with the training objectives. The first one is to educate you in Lean Six Sigma. Our main objective is to provide you with the right education. When you give your hard-earned money to anyone for anything, your priority must be to get the best results out of it. I understand that, and in fact, everyone here at Anexas believes in that, and this is why we keep quality of training as our highest priority. Second one is to enable you to improve processes. When you think about Lean Six Sigma, process improvement should be the first thing that should come to your mind. Identification of risks, errors, defects in a process and removing them is what LSS aims to do. The third one is to make you a star performer. To elaborate a little bit more, being a Lean Six Sigma Green and Black Belt will signify that you are capable of helping your organization reduce risk and eliminate errors and defects. You can improve business processes and sustain quality improvement since LSS is flexible in every domain. Your worth will increase in every industry. You would gain hands-on experience in quality management and much more. Now let me tell you if Lean Six Sigma can be a good career. If I go on to explain how good a career Lean Six Sigma can be, then you will have to listen to me for the next 2 hours. But let me keep it short and explain the career opportunities in LSS. You can be a process improvement manager, Lean Six Sigma consultant, more efficient, operations manager, quality director, chief quality officer, healthcare quality specialist, lean manufacturing engineer, process development engineer, compliance structural engineer, reliability engineers, operating system specialist, senior IT project manager, data scientist, project engineer, director, performance excellence, etc. Now, let me tell you how we provide the training. The first one is learn from home. All our trainings are conducted online currently, so you can sit at your home comfortably and get trained to become a professional green or black belt. I have an experience of 30 years in this field and I can proudly say that I am the best person you can learn LSS from. Next is, certificates provided by Anexas are valid internationally. But during the training, we focus on learning the concepts, tools and techniques and everything that the course has to offer. I believe that certificates can be provided from anywhere, but gaining knowledge and the right guidance cannot be provided by everyone. And the third point is, all courses provided by Anexas are practical. We do not simply explain the concepts on paper and move on. We teach you how to implement those techniques in projects and in real life. So, if anyone asks you whether you know how to use these techniques in real life, you can proudly say yes. We offer weekday and weekend trainings. Everything is at your convenience. So all you have to do is to set your mind on your target and leave all your worries to us. So what are you waiting for? Join me in Lean Six Sigma training and let us work together to give you the best future you deserve. Lean and Six Sigma is an improvement methodology which reduces costs, defects, errors, cycle times, and increases the customer satisfaction, resulting in better efficiency and higher profits. In short, it does whatever a CEO or a shareholders want. It is used in all domains, be it manufacturing, services, oil and gas, IT, construction, banking, healthcare, textile, telecom, BPO, and whatnot. Here, we convert the improvement opportunities in the organizations to projects and train people like you who are working in these processes as green belts and black belts who execute those projects in 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. In define phase, we set the direction for improvement by writing a problem and goal statement and forming a project team. In measure, we collect the data and understand how the process is performing. In analyze, we analyze the root causes, we map the process, identify the waste, use cause and effect diagram, Pareto analysis, graphical analysis, and hypothesis tests. In improve phase, we generate ideas to take care of root causes using lots of tools like brainstorming, mistake proofing, FMEA, etc. And in control phase, we sustain the improvements for a long time by using process management and control charts. To become a black belt, you just need to know addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and of course, a lot of fire in the belly. Do I need to tell you that? Of course, it is Anexas where professionalism meets fun and where people fall in love with statistics and process improvement. Well, that's what our clients tell us. And we take pride in telling that we are the best. If you are not doing Six Sigma with us, then you are missing something. Many people ask me why they should be going for a Lean and Six Sigma certification. In fact, there are lots of reasons to do that, but let me tell you top 3 benefits. The first one is, if you are a Lean Six Sigma green belt or a black belt, you can improve any process in any industry. Now, which organization would not like to have a person who can improve the processes, reduce the costs, improve the profits, improve the customer satisfaction, and they reduce a lot of waste or rework happening in the organization. So that is one. Second is, by getting certified from a reputed organization like us, and let me tell you, I love to train people. I would love to train you too. If you get certified, this will definitely improve your employment opportunities, because nowadays Lean Six Sigma green belt and black belt certifications are no longer good to have or nice to have. They have become must-have certifications. Many of the job opportunities, and you can look around, they want you to be a Lean and Six Sigma a certified professional. Even though you don't want to change your career to a quality professional, still, as a Lean and Six Sigma green belt and black belt, you are able to contribute positively towards whatever job you are doing. So that was the second one. And the third reason is that in the long run, if you want, you can be an independent consultant like me. That means once you have got the skills to improve the processes in the organization, and if you have practiced this a little bit more, once you are a black belt or a master black belt, you can confidently walk into an organization and say, yes, I can solve your problems. And then you can be self-employed too. Of course, there are many more benefits, but if you have any specific question related to this, please ask your question in the comments, and I would like to give you an answer in my videos.